All right, we're live at, it's about 5 after 1 o'clock here on Wednesday. We don't know the practice report yet for the San Francisco 49ers, but we are expecting Christian McCaffrey to make his return in Week 10. He's been out for the entire season so far with his Achilles injury, and so we'll see what his practice reports are. Continue to check CBSSports.com. Same thing goes for Jordan Mason coming off their bye week. He's dealing with a shoulder injury. So, Robert, when you look at this backfield here for San Francisco, it's a pretty favorable matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but really McCaffrey would be starting no matter who he's facing, even if it's the 85 Bears. You look at McCaffrey, you look at Mason, you look at Isaac Guerendo coming off a big game in Week 8 prior to their bye week where Mason could not stay healthy. Just take me through the first game potentially and maybe long-term for the 49ers with McCaffrey back on the field.
I think Guerendo's opportunities are going to take a step back in Christian McCaffrey's return. Jordan Mason will still get a significant amount of carries, but the bulk is going to be with Christian McCaffrey. Now, the 49ers have been really good about being careful with their players, coming back from injury, maybe having a certain amount of plays that they want to make sure that they get throughout the game. But, similarly to Nick Chubb, listen, when he got back, he was getting carries. He got the bulk of the carries with the Cleveland Browns. I expect the same thing opportunity-wise for CMC when he gets back for the 49ers. I'm starting him.
Yeah, I'm starting him. I think I was a little bit lower than you guys were. There's a little bit of a risk of re-injury. There's a little bit of a risk of, hey, we want to ease this guy in, and so maybe he only has half of the running back rush attempts in his first game back, but I can't imagine I'm sitting Christian McCaffrey.
You imagine going to your lineup and be like, let's just wait another week. I don't need him right now. You do not have, you have Guerendo ranked, I'm assuming ahead of Mason.
Right.
So you're concerned about Mason with the shoulder?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if Mason's back, then I would have him ahead of Guerendo.
Okay, so give me your thoughts, because Robert said he expects Mason to get some work there. Do you think it's going to be Mason, Guerendo, just...
I think it will be Mason over Guerendo, assuming that Mason's 100%, and I think it's probably 6 to 10 carries for whichever one of those backs is the RB2. It's probably not somebody you can start, more of a desperation flex.
Desperation flex. Okay, so we'll see what happens again. Continue to check CBSSports.com. We'll have the latest updates for you on McCaffrey, on Mason, on Guerendo, and I'll say this again, we may see him on the most added list when we talk about the roster trends. It's not a bad stash candidate for a few days, just in case, hey, McCaffrey had a setback. Hey, Mason's shoulder's not ready to go. Isaac Guerendo, if he's a starting running back for the 49ers, even against Tampa Bay, you'd be starting him in the majority of leagues.